People, Deluded, I'm back again. I hope you're all doing well and safe, people. I'm in good spirits and I can't complain. I'm definitely in good spirits now that Arsenal have obviously signed Thomas Partey, and I think every video subsequently I've mentioned his name, and it was lovely seeing his nice little message on Instagram. I said Instagram, it was on Instagram, but I meant to say on Twitter. It's a quick little message saying thank you and stuff, and I like the way he's, his Ghanaian accent. It's adorable, man. The love, it's lovely, man. I'm definitely feeling the love from Partey. Definitely, he's an infectious figure, man. Whole Partey's even active on TikTok. He's fitting right in already, and keen to see him integrate. Now, I've got my opinion on Arsenal's transfers. You've got yours, but Edu, the man with Arteta and other people in charge of it, he's had his own words, and on a balance of things, I'd give it a 6 or 7. We've brought in Partey, we've brought in Gabriel, two players with a lot of promise. We've confirmed the futures of Martinelli, Saka and Aubameyang, central to our short, medium and long term, all three of them in particular. We know Aubameyang's not here for the long term, he's here for the present. The other two are here, short, medium and long. So it was alright. I think we let ourselves down in terms of outgoings. Outgoings was the difference for us, when you hear, we was at a disagreement or couldn't agree terms with Aouar for a transfer, you've heard everything from his parents or his brother or something wanted more commission. Lyon were U-turning after having an agreement. Arsenal backing out, Aouar backing out. We'll never know. But all I can go on based on the fact of Arsenal failed to meet the asking price. Now, if is the golden word in football, if Henry scored in 06, would we be Champions League winners? Sorry, I had to do that to Henry, If Drogba, let me stop, man. Big up Thierry Henry, though. No Thierry Henry slander at all. But ifs and buts, if as an England fan, if we scored certain penalties in certain penalty shootouts, where would we be? There's many different things, but we can only deal with the facts of what we've actually done. And like I said, I don't think anybody thought even in the ideal world, every bit of business this club needs to do would be done in one summer, but I think we could have done more. And to be fair, we've got mediocre players on ridiculously high wages. We've got the COVID market. It was tough, but I would have liked to have seen more because we've known about it. But at the same time, I can't really, even though Edu and Arteta are here now, I can't really make them pay for the sins of the people before them, because I didn't give no one new deals and whatnot, but they are picking up a mess. Edu, the man himself, has spoken about our transfers, as I've said, and he said, when asked on how pleased he was with the side, he said, I am pleased with the way we worked because we are facing a very difficult situation with COVID, and in the market, everyone is quite worried about the future, the planning and whether they have the money or not. The revenue, so it is quite challenging by the way we did, but the way we did it was amazing. It's not only Edu, it's not only Arteta. We have a lot of people around us in the club that is important to mention as well. Financial, legal, medical, recruitment, our loan manager. But we cannot forget, of course, the support of which I've received from the board and the owners. Without them, we cannot do much, and I feel really comfortable with the way we are working and communicating together. We are talking almost every day now, so that's brilliant. I told them with that possibility, with that type of relationship, I feel much stronger. That is the way they give me and to Mikel as well. So that is the way we are working right now. And to be fair, I think that's a bit of PR. We all know the Arsenal fans are onto Josh and Stan Kroenke and the lack of investment. So that was a PR opportunity, especially when you're seeing reports saying that, someone at Arsenal rang up Kroenke and Kroenke forked out the cash for Partey. That's what an owner should do. We're still at the necks of the Kroenkes. Arsenal give you just enough to keep you thinking there's more to it. We've been starved of transfers and the many things we needed to do. Deadline day comes, we sign Partey. We ain't even got time to critique of the other stuff and why it hasn't done. And, we love an unfinished project. And to be fair, all right, cool. I don't think Kroenke is to be blamed for everything. Like, at Arsenal, you can't just blame the owners, The overriding ethos comes with them, but not every failure is down to them. Not every failure is down to the management. You've got to attribute it equally. So I think of that, a bit of that is PR. And to be fair, give or take, it's about time, since the moment you came through the doors at this club in 06, 07, Kroenke, or whenever the official date was that you gained complete control, more or less, of this club, you would know that you need to replace Patrick Vieira. Now, I'm wary of putting Thomas Partey and Patrick Vieira in the same sentence. I hope he feels with that. But I'm saying, if this was Roman Abramovich at Arsenal, do you think he's going to wait, however many years to get that composing figure? It comes down from the top, as I've previously said. Roman at Chelsea, that's why they never lie down for too long, and they're splashing the money, they're splashing the peas this summer, Roman wants to be a winner. So that Maria lady, whatever her name is, she's fantastic at her job. She doesn't take no ish. She wants the best business in terms of incomings and outgoings, and she will not leave until she gets excellence from that deal. Because that's what the owner wants. And that trickles down to people below her and the likes of Peter Check around her. You get it? So I praise them for getting their checkbook out if that's true, but at the same time, you know, it's a couple years too late and we're a few sandwiches short of a picnic, people. But big up to, what I will big up is big up Edu for the move, you know, bringing in Partey, big up Mikel Arteta, and big up the people who I might not know to name drop them and stuff, because there's a lot of things that go into a signing. He's asked about the squad looking stronger, and that's something you've got to be very wary of. He said, I think we've improved the squad's quality and physically. Thomas, who we had in our plan for the future when me and Mikel sat and talked, I think you get all the players who we were really focused on. If you see Willian, he brings us experience and a very special physicality in terms of speed. If you see Gabriel, he gives us a lot of physicality and presence. Danny, quality. Thomas, physically, quality, and mentally he's very strong. But in the end, if you see all of these players we brought to the club, they are very good here, but they are better here. So again, in the interview, he pointed to their legs and then he said their head mentally, and I think that's what's good about Partey. I like Partey as much as he's very precise passer. He's got a good passing range. He's obviously a composing figure in the middle of the park and just appears a nice guy. But what I like about Partey, he seems to be very intelligent, as you should be, being in a Diego Simeone system and a defensive system. But he also seems like he's got it up there, and he seems that, you know, because it will happen. He will have bad games. He will have clangers. He will play under hit passes. He's a human being. Mistakes happen, you know. He seems that he can react to that. He can come good, you know, because everybody, you know, you might try something 10 times, 9 times you pop it off, 1 time it results in your team being cost 3 points. Now you should face the music and we criticize you, but I need to see the confidence that when it happens the 11th time, you've still got that confidence to try it, because mistakes happen. That's why confidence coming. Anyone who comes into this club needs confidence, because there's going to be a time where the fans can't believe in the team because we can't see it. You need to keep going for yourself, you know. Everything's easy in good times. Everybody wants to play in good times. It's the bad times. It's the tough away games. And I can't disagree with what he said, you know. Willian does bring in experience, you know. He's going to be a bit hot and cold. Gabriel is still rough around edges, but there's a player in there, and signed for 27 mil or rising up to 30 million euros is a very good price. Thomas Partey at 27, you know, there's 5 real quality years left in him potentially, and he takes us up another level. So I'm for that. And again, 45 million might be a lot for Arsenal, but definitely in today's day and age, it's not the worst of figures, you know. Without, listen, Partey hasn't kicked up. As much as I believe in Partey and believe he's a quality player in his position, I can't really gas him too much because he ain't kicked a ball for this team. But at the same time, and it is English premium and whatnot with buying and selling from England, but we bought Partey for 45 million, release clause or not. Sigurdsson went to Everton for 50, so credit where due, extra bonus points. And again, if we need to work within budget and things, when I see Gabriel for the future for 30 and obviously my man for 45, that's calm. You know, the only thing I can criticise at this club is we took too long to bring in Partey, you know, and we didn't get no outgoings really. Sabas is a player, but he's not our player. And he's, like he said, he praised them for that. And he said, they are excited and they are hungry to win a title again. This for me is important to have in the players. To not only be good here, but also good here. Where he pointed to the legs and spoke about here. Finally, he was asked on, you know, the benefit of renewing the contracts of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He said, this is another good point I want to mention, because normally people are talking about new signings. But for me and Mikel, we dedicated our time to what we have at home. We have to renew players. We have to give our respect to players we have here. So let's do it as soon as possible. If you see, Martinelli was the first one we did before the window. Bukayo was during the window and Aubameyang was during the window as well. Those 3, in my plan, was to try and get them done before the window even opened. But of course, there are negotiations, there are talks, there are meetings, but we did it and it's important as well. And I like that sense of urgency from Edu. I don't know if that's more PR, but I like that. He wanted to get it done, you know. He wanted to confirm the futures. That would also have helped prospective incoming players, you know. We've been talking to Partey for time, so I don't think Aubameyang's irrelevant to it. I think Aubameyang's irrelevant to it to a degree, but at the same time, if I'm Thomas Partey or his advisors and Arsenal are telling me all of these things, but I see Saka and Aubameyang both contracted to the same period of time leave or want to leave, I'm questioning why. Why is someone that, okay, Arsenal have fallen off and they finished 8th and whatnot, but Bukayo Saka has a fantastic opportunity playing week in, week out for Arsenal. Why would he want to give that up and go somewhere else? Aubameyang in the prime of his career, why does he want to move? You get it? We know the reasons, but why do they want to move? I would think, okay, cool. If I'm Partey, I hear what you've been telling me for years / months, but players are leaving, you know. Is the landscape gonna change? Do I think I'm coming to play here with Dani Ceballos on loan, potentially Aubameyang and Saka, and then all 3 of them are not here when I sign? Like, what? Go on for this thing, you know? Have I made a mistake? Is this worth giving up Champions League football potentially for? Because I want to sign for Arsenal. I believe in the heritage and historically what Arsenal have been, and obviously in my country, Arsenal's a big thing. You know, I want to play in the Premier League just on top of that. The London aspect, let's cut the crap. At 27, I could probably earn more money going to Arsenal than at Atletico. Am I prepared to risk all of that, you know, to go to Arsenal if I can't see a system? So for me, on top of Arteta being able to convince and stuff, you know, we've got to see facts. Because if I was Partey, I'd listen to Arteta until I'm blue in the face. I'd be enticed how a former midfielder wants to see me in his system, how we look at it. But when you get down to the facts, you know, who are you bringing in? What are you trying to do long term? Are these players staying? They're the things that matter, you know. That's concrete evidence. Because I'd be there going, alright, cool. I might not know Aubameyang personally, and I don't know his reasons, but if he's decided to stay where he could have went Barca or that, there must be something. But Bukayo Saka, fair enough, he's a young G, and he might, you know, he needs to take it easy. But if he wants to stay here, despite probably having interest from all over, why is that? And that would tempt me to, and make me want to stay, people, really and truly. That would want to make me stay, make me come to the club, sorry. So it was important. And again, everybody talks about new. Nobody talks about, you know, the how good it is to renew deals and create stability. Nobody talks about renewing deals and improving players, you know. It's always glamour, especially it's an English thing. Maybe it's with money. New players. Now, you can't improve everybody in this Arsenal squad, but we have to work with what we have, you know. We have to try and, even though he's not our player, we have to try and make Ceballos a better player. We have to try and make Maitland and Bukayo and all of these guys better players. Some men that are existing in the squad. You know, we need to create stability by renewing deals and quashing speculation over futures. Equally, of course, you can only improve so much and you can only get better with your existing options. So bringing in players is a key thing, but it's not the be all and end all, people. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards. I was going to speak about this in a previous one, people, but Arteta's also offered opinions on Partey, and I'm keen to see Arteta's specific plans for Partey. But again, until we see him line up for Arsenal in the Arsenal colours, we don't know. We can just speculate. But he said, we identified him a few months ago and we've been following his progress. And obviously, the more you know about the squad, you know more about where you think you can improve it. Now, if anybody didn't know, I can't imagine Arteta didn't know before he took the job. Midfield is a key part of modern football. Our midfield didn't do much, you know, previously. We couldn't defend. Defenders were poor, but they weren't supported. They didn't offer much in attack. Midfield is a mad problem, and we need athleticism. We need aggression. We need people who can break lines. Partey might not tick every box, but it's a step in the right direction. So I imagine, you know, we should have been knowing for months we're going for a Thomas Partey, or if it was, you know, a list of targets, was it Partey, this man, and this man, in relation to the other sort of midfielder we need? Is it Aura, Szoboszlai, Yari Vestashin, and this man and this man? I'm plugging 2 other names there. Do you get it? So we should have known. We should have known. So again, it's nice to hear. He said, we believe he has the right qualities with his character and his personality, and as well with his technical qualities and positional options that he can give to the team. So obviously he's flexible. You could play him as a defensive mid. Me, I want to see him in a box-to-box role. You know, he can fill in at right back if something happens. Even I do not want Partey to play right back at any time. But if a Mazzolini happens, then you've got to consider it, people. Really and truly, and it gives us a lot of flexibility. It's lovely to hear, you know, you want to know about the character of players, you know, and not just because again we heard Guendouzi had behaviour problems, and I feel he was a good player here, but we heard previously he had behaviour problems. That's the reason as to why he's not a player now. So again, personality and how the character of these people are is a vital thing. Torreira, you know, was he the strongest character to move to a country like England and be in a bit of a busy place? He seemed homesick. He seemed quite isolated. He seemed quite volatile emotionally. So is there something we could have done? I believe Partey has the mentality, because this is a man who left his house in Ghana at 10 years of age to begin becoming a professional footballer. Departed for Spain at like 18 years of age or so. Got his head down and has developed and thrived in a Diego Simeone system. You know, that shows me he's got the right level of concentration. He's got the right level of intelligence to take on tactically. He's very adaptable. He's very coachable because, you know, to be able to learn, you have to be coachable. So he's a coachable man. He always wants to improve. That's without talking about his physical and his abilities on the ball and his physical qualities. Do you get it, people? You need to look at the mentality. It's like Mane. I can talk until I'm blue in the face about Mane's abilities, and I'm black, so I'll be here for a while, you know, about Mane's abilities. But the one thing that strikes out about Mane is his hunger, is his aggression, his determination. You know, that's why Mane has gone off to these heights and can go as far as he wants. It's about the hunger, you know. Ability is only half of the puzzle. And of course, he gives Arteta more flexibility in terms of what we want to do. You know, do you want to go Partey, Xhaka and Ceballos? Do you want to go Maitland-Niles and Partey? Do you want to go Ceballos and Partey and Willian in midfield? You know, Ozil's not involved in the conversation, but for this example, if he was, do you throw Ozil back in there now? I don't know, people. He gives us more flexibility. He's all, like he said, I think he allows us to play different formations and he can fit in with those formations in different positions, which is a really good thing to have in a squad. Where in midfield, I think we were a bit short and we was letting 2 people go. And I do believe, you know, with... I don't know, but with Gabriel looking a bit more composed, with Partey, maybe Arteta will start to move towards a back 4 because I want to actually be able to play 3-4-3. I like many systems. Would like to be on the front foot, like things we do. Would like to be on the front foot and dominate possession. Within that formation a bit more. But I think a big point as to why he plays that is because he doesn't fully trust everybody defensively. That's why more is his occasion is his sort of thinking, in my opinion, is of the lines of, I don't believe in you lot defensively, but if I get more of you on the field in defensive positions, then surely we should look a bit better and a bit more stable. So with Partey, and again, it's not down to Partey individually or Gabriel to change our fortunes, but it gives us a bit more. So yeah. And he also said, I have a few things in mind that I want to start to train with the team, and Partey's signing is going to give us a little bit more adaptability and more balance in defending and attacking situations and the way we have to set up certain structures to attack better in certain moments. So for me, the one big thing with Partey is it probably frees up the attacking players a bit more. Partey cannot do it alone, you know. If there's 3 midfielders, Partey is a great player, but 1 against 3 doesn't bang. But he gives us a bit more. Can Ceballos be a bit more forward? Can Xhaka be a bit more free of the defensive stuff and pick them passes? You get it? So we'll have to see the midfield combinations and what we do. But for what it's worth, it's lovely that we have that option. Finally, people, according to James Baines, apparently Arsenal remain interested in Szoboszlai, and we've also tracked Patson Daka, who's a very good player, doing quite well, would like him, and are interested still in Edouard. Obviously, we'll have to revisit transfers in the next 2.5 months, because I know we can sign people from the Championship, but it's irrelevant right now. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. It's always a pleasure. DG.